Alrighty, this should be fun.
Oh, I'm playing a real grandmaster. Oh, gee whiz, I'm playing chessbrah 29-28. I'm going to play e4.
Alrighty, what should we play against e4? Let's see. I'll go with my usual Sicilian. Why not? I'll play my trusted Sicilian. Alrighty, let's see what's going on here. I've never played this guy, the magician from Australia. C takes d4. Let's go for something typical. He's playing fast. For those that don't know, he just turned 69. He's been streaming recently. It's been really cool to see some of the older guard embrace, chess online and content. But we've never played, and he said he wants to play.
I know what he's done. I know what the chessbrah's done. He's researched my games. He's been studying before he came in and played me, you see.
I think the main lines would be knight c3 as a move. Why not? Bishop d3. Bishop e3 I'm not as familiar with, because usually white tries to castle quickly. I think I can be a little aggressive here. First move, knight f6. Don't fall for that. He won't though. He's an FM. This should be a fun game. Knight c3 already. So now this move is very tempting to pin that piece. Hard to say no. Knight c3. Hard to say no to bishop b4. Immediately introducing the threat of knight takes c4. I have to mute my headphones. He's streaming right now. He knows he's playing me. And it would be too distracting. The Australian accent is too soothing. I need to mute it so I don't get seduced. Let's go knight d5. Oh, let's not pre-move. I had one idea here, and I think it started with bishop takes knight to ruin the pawn structure, and then queen c7 to try to attack both c3 and e5. Now, I wouldn't give up my dark squared bishop for nothing. And here the argument is that the pawn structure is very weak. Those are double isolated pawns. I wouldn't give away my bishop pair that easily. But I'm counting on this move to be very annoying. There's two things being hit. I like that. I like that move a lot. This pawn's less important than the center pawn.
I think he's going to be a bit scared. He's scared! He's terrified! I wonder if he's online telling all these thousands and thousands of followers. I'm not really scared at all. Honest engine, I'm not scared of him.
I want to take this. I would rather white defend that pawn and be passive. But instead he's kind of playing actively, saying, hey, if you take your probably queen f3 or something, attacking the knight, I have to move back. I'd rather take that later. I want to develop and put some pressure on.
But can I get away with this move?
In terms of being aggressive. Oh, he found it.
I know.
Oh no.
Right? You're not supposed to play
definitely
such
not
a
what I want to
risky
see.
move. But we do have bishop b4 as an option.
This could get tricky. Knight here. So knight here, bishop here. And I'm already starting to fall behind, if I'm not mistaken. I'm already struggling to get my pieces out. He's got a good position here. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Oh, I think he's getting very excited. Okay, so knight b6 doesn't look good.
It's a very weak pawn. But his knight hasn't got a good square.
Knight e7, bishop e4, knight c6, knight takes c6. I am not a fan of my position. This is actually a terrible position. I'm gonna go with queen to
Oh, he's
b6.
gone there. This is not necessarily
I
good
want
for
white
him.
to reply c3. Then I'm gonna move my knight out of the way, but I want to take away bishop b4. If the knight moves backwards, then I might be able to go knight e3. But I just can't. I can't play passively. It's not my style. So if pawn takes, I take here, and at least I'm not getting pinned down by that dark squared bishop. I have to confuse him. This would have been really tough. Bishop b4 after knight e7. White would have the initiative entirely. I'm going to have to fight for it. If this knight moves to b3, I think knight e3 might be playable. If I can win that dark squared bishop, that would be key. Knight here, knight here. There might be c5, knight takes, pawn takes. I might be in trouble regardless, but if knight here, I can also drop my knight back and there's still no bishop b4. As long as there's no bishop b4. Okay, so here I'm going to move out of the way, but at least there's no bishop b4. That's what I'd tell myself. I can't let him have a good time. Now I'll go knight c6 or d6. My pieces certainly need to develop. I've spent too many moves with my queen.
So I'm going to play rook to b1 and activate a piece along the semi-open file. There we go. So getting all our pieces working.
The moves that facilitate d6 I value more because I think that's a very key square. I wouldn't really go pawn hunting. I don't think I have enough there. Queen here might get hit a few more times by other moves, so these two squares are both a little more vulnerable. I'm gonna go with, I want to play d6. Let's go queen c7. Prepare d6.
I'm gonna try to trick him here. How do you trick these grandmasters? How do you trick them? You know what you got to do, don't you, in these kind of positions? You just got to go for it. I've seen his endgames. His endgames are very good.
Here, I think I can get away with d6. d6 is what I'm really worried about. Am I missing something? d6 is what I'm worried about. They want to go queen here, remove the queens. If I can get in d6, I can breathe. d6, ed6, queen d6 looks good. d6 looks good. If I don't play d6 right now, they might have queen a3. You might have queen a3 and I won't be able to play d6. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going there.
Okay, well, we expected that move. So that's not too bad because that was on the radar, that move. We expected that move.
Let's give him a little bit more time. Queen takes d6. Let's make the time even. There we go. Ah, a queen trade to correct the pawn structure. You think I'm going to do that? Absolutely not. No way, Jose. I do not want to fix your pawn structure. Nope. Nope. No chance. I gave up my bishop for those doubled pawns. There's no chance. Ah. It's hard to believe anything but knight c6 would be good here, but I need to, I'll take a little bit more time. e5 is a consideration. Pawn takes, queen takes, check, bishop e2. Then maybe knight c6. Maybe I can actually get the initiative a little bit there, hey? e5, d, fe5, queen e5 check, bishop e2, knight c6. Ah. Wait a moment. That might get everything I want. That might put white in a tough position for not castling. e5, check, Bishop e2, knight c6, and now I'm threatening to take and take on e2 if they castle. If he doesn't castle, something looks good for me here. I think the king might feel a little naked. I think it's time to attack while the pieces are offside. Let's go e5. It frees up this bishop, and that's a piece that's been begging to be developed. I feel like queen b3, his name's John. John here spent a little too much time with the queen, and now I'm starting to catch up.
I'll take it.
I know the purpose was to prevent me from developing, but I think I've managed to fight that off. That's a check, and now my knight can go to c6, and I'm almost fully developed.
That's not good, Johnny. I can develop.
Bishop e2, knight b to c6, and you can't castle because there's... Oh my... John, whoa! I did not see that move. That's definitely not a move you see every day.
I want to be a pain in the ass.
King f2. Australians, they're crazy. King f2. Well, if I want to attack, I need to get my pieces out, so I won't take too much time on this move.
But I'm being difficult.
Right. Okay. That all makes sense. There's something about this move that I like. It takes away bishop d3. It eyes a lot of important squares. It keeps this knight honest. On f3. Can't move because this bishop will hang. Something about this square seems quite useful. Because if you can't put the bishop on d3, go e2, which isn't ideal for a bishop. So I like this. Then I can prepare bishop g4, maybe take and take. I might have knight f5, queen c5 check, but this looks like a very annoying move for white to deal with. My queen is a very useful piece right now. Okay, here I thought this played into my plan. That's a good move because it's not hanging, but I was going to go knight f5.
He loves that move. Oh, he loves that. The chessbrah loves that move, folks.
White's in a situation where white loses any of their bishops. They're already structurally really struggling. Any sort of endgame, I mean, these double pawns aren't great, but the king's also open. Okay, so if queen e7, where are you going? Where are you going with queen e7? Queen e7, bishop here. Is that it? Does that really work? Queen here, bishop here. No way. It's too much. It has to be punished. Let's go queen e7.
Okay, so the correct move is bishop here. We know that. We know that. It's frightening, but it's the only move that we can see.
Right. I need some moves. Let's go rook here.
He's not even worried about it. Okay, so I'm just going to develop my pieces somehow.
Bishop here, I'm going to go knight a5. Down to 35 seconds. Move my queen back. I really need to get rid of this piece. Let's get rid of that. Takes. Let's go here.
Hold on. Sacrifice. Always sacrifice.
Oh my goodness. That's very aggressive. But I think I'm defending, am I not? Maybe not.
Thank God I'm good at endgames. Yes!
Wow.
Yes! Yes! I'm alive!
What a combo. Stop it. This is very unpleasant for me. I'm worried about getting checkmated right now. Let's defend. I'm regretting giving time to John over here. He's hurting me. I just blundered again. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not looking good. 8 seconds. Oh, I'm dead lost. And he's got the speed to boot. He's got the speed to boot. That's not good. Oh no. Oh, he got me. He got me.
Rematch.
That was a savage attack.
He's got to get a rematch.
All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Now I'm. That was painful.
Trouble is, his theory, his database, his theory database is so much stronger than mine. So I've got problems.
It's a good thing this isn't rated, by the way. I have to take him much more seriously. Thought he was gonna blunder. He didn't blunder though. And the exchange sacrifice was awesome that he played last game.
So that's good. I think he let me win.
So d4.
This guy's too good. He let me win. I'm pretty sure. Now here, Bobby Fischer would always say, develop your knights before your bishops. So let's do what Bobby Fischer says. Knights before bishops.
Got the bishop here, bishop pair here. This should be a little more comfortable. There's a few lines you can go for. I'm pretty sure bishop d3 is one of the main moves, but you have to know how to attack. You have to know how to attack. I don't remember theory, but I'm pretty sure this is the move, so I'm just gonna have to try to recall it correctly. Pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes here. We're just gonna have to. He attacked me last game. I'm gonna attack him this game. Take the pawn, and let's fight. Let's fight. I need to get revenge. Queen takes d4. I'm gonna go bishop e3. You can take a second pawn. I'm gonna castle, and I'm all in.
Dumb. If I take that pawn, I can see what he's gonna do. He's gonna do something really nasty to me.
Oh. Didn't do it. Okay. I'm surprised. You can play queen d5 and try to play an endgame here. Let's go c3 and just grab the bishop pair and consolidate. He didn't go for it. He was afraid. I would be afraid too. It's a risky line. Let's just castle. Hope for castles. Hope for a quick little checkmate. That would be nice. I got low on time last game. I'm gonna have to play faster. Yeah, Ricky won. I wouldn't be surprised to see queen d5 if he wants to trade queens. I'm gonna be nope. It's not a terrible move to trade queens, but it helps black out a little bit. Those bishops aren't as powerful with the queens off in terms of creating attacking chances. They're still decent, but the bishop won't have any piece to line up with it. Whereas with my queen on the board, I can still line them up and use the diagonal. Let's go. Bishop c4 is tempting, but I don't think I need to do that right away. I wonder if this is a good
Hold on. He's up to no good. He's threatening me again.
Queen here, I don't mind.
Leave me alone, you big bully. Leave me alone. I'll give him a check. That might mate him.
I don't mind it. I have a light squared bishop. Black doesn't, so not too concerned about my king yet. Okay. Put my bishop back. This is something I'm going to be able to target, so it's a double-edged move. You pushed me back one square, but then I might be able to put pressure with a4 and even use my rook in the game. a4, open things up over here. Maybe queen f3. Why queen f3? Now c6 more of a target. And when I go bishop g5, I'll have two attackers on f6. And I don't need my queen on the e file. My rook's already doing its job. I think he's under pressure here. Not because it looks very bad, but it's not easy for black to come up with a plan. It's one of the difficulties of playing against two bishops. What's good for you might be good for your opponent, or what you think is good for you is actually better for your opponent. And a move like c5, for example, I'm happy to take and open things up a little further.
I'm going to stick to my main plan. I'm going to play my minority attack. That's what I'll do.
I'm gonna start with a4. I expect a6, but then I mean, this is also a possibility. But here I can probably go c4. And the knight has to get booted back. Yeah. So here I'm enjoying the two bishops. Let's put my queen on f3. It's out of the way, but it still puts pressure on in the center. Maybe king g2 as a follow-up. Just a slow build-up. The point is, what can black do in the meantime? c5, I'll happily take. King g2 looks like some good prophylaxis. So I'm going to play it. It's hard to describe, but getting my king off the back rank and getting it on a light square, I feel a little more comfortable. Part of the reason here is black is taking a lot of time to make moves because there aren't easy to find moves. And so with that being the case, I want to give the ball back. As long as I'm not wasting a move. And king g2 is not a wasted move. It might be closer in an endgame. It supports my queen, supports h3 if it's ever attacked. So it's not totally useless. Let's go bishop here. Probably swing my rook to d1 after, because I want to keep my bishops. Rook a to d1. My next move is bishop to c1. If I can get in bishop to c1, then black will definitely not be very interested in playing e5 or c5 because I'll have all my pieces lined up on the d5 square. Let's go bishop c1. It takes. b2's covered. I'm just looking to even up the score here. Oh, g6. And now I'm going to attack on the king side. I think that's a weakening move. It's understandable, but my rooks, this is another advantage of having your king on g2. If I want to use the h file as an attacking file, then now my rooks have access. Okay, that's fine. g4 is tempting, but I want to wait till later to play that. I actually do want to attack. So I'm going to start with bishop c2. And start getting black a little bit worried about a king side attack. He doesn't seem worried. No. Played that pretty quickly, didn't he? Well, this is a pretty durable setup that black has. I still have to show something. All right, I think it's time to be a little more committal. I'm going to take. I'm expecting a takes. And I think it's time for me to actually make some commitments here. And put some pressure on black. Prepare moves like c4.
Not a problem. Lovely square for my knight.
Put the bishop on e4. The bishops are coming alive, or they should be. This is nice. So I have this move, and that definitely is not a move I think that he intended to allow. And and then I can take here, but it's not necessarily winning on the spot or something. So bishop here, I draw the king out, but maybe that's not enough. Bishop here is very tempting, because that's with tempo. And then I have a follow-up of maybe bishop e5, taking here and getting my queen to f6. But the bishops are certainly very strong here, and black is running out of space. So I'm pretty sure this is a nice touch. If you trade everything, I can plant a rook on d6. Queen e7 might be a move here, but the story is not over. Because I'm not sure you want to allow a pawn on e5, but a queen e7, I can start to even push a little further into the position. I have to time it right, but this knight actually only has a couple squares. Looks ripe for getting trapped. Take this way. Put the rook on d6. Now this pawn is pinned. You can't go here because of queen f6 check, and I think he's in trouble because I can use this e5 pawn and begin some very serious attacking opportunities. Now I want to go rook d7.
You can have a pawn. I don't care about one pawn. I'm not worried about one pawn.
So this pawn is hanging. I'm actually not that interested in taking it, but it is hanging. I want a little more from this, that's for sure. I wonder where that begins. I don't see any sacrifices that work. It'd be nice to get a rook on d7, but that was stopped. He's got some resistance here. Hate to see it. It's nice when your opponents don't put up resistance, but I might be looking to cash in an extra pawn here, which isn't my favorite. That's not that easy. Pawn up is very good, but it's not everything. Sometimes there's nothing better. Am I missing a detail here? Is there a move like queen a3 which takes away options? Like the knight can't go anywhere, but I'm not threatening anything. I'm gonna go for it. I hope he doesn't take, because if he doesn't take, okay, he takes. That's a smart decision. So I'm gonna take with a rook. So my pawn up. Let's add some more time again. 1 sec. There we go. It's got a couple more minutes, just like last game.
I'm going to go behind the passed pawn.
Ooh. I must say, I didn't expect that move. I feel like now I can start pushing. There's some sort of putting all your pieces on that diagonal. Something about it looks wrong to me. I think I can actually just get away with pushing. c5. Because if you go rook a5, you're not actually threatening to win the pawn because this hangs in the end. Actually, you're not even threatening to win it because I can go rook c8, rook takes c5, queen f6 with a deflection. This is a move I'm always going to keep in my pocket whenever the queen's used for something on the side of the board. I'm going to use, there's this move I can throw in that will deflect the queen away from lots of variations. Now this is a big issue for sure because I feel like that was a wasted move and a risky move. Yeah, you got to move back, but then I can slide over and prepare c6 followed by rook d7. Rook d7 is a massive threat. c6. And this pawn, you can be a pawn up, and it might be just on the side of the board, the H pawn. This is a pawn that's felt. It's close to queening, and it's supporting everything. So this is a bit different than usual. Now I have rook d7, and now my queen gets to go to f6. And I think I'm actually going to be back ranking him
This
short.
is not good.
So I think
This is a classical "you are dead" variation, isn't it? Right. Yeah. I'll resign.
And then I'll calculate.
Well played.
For sure has to, oh, he just resigned. Good game.
Master.
1-1.
Master.
1-1.
I'm going to pass over my sensei hat. I'm normally the sensei here, but I'll give you my hat.
I'm
right?
sure he's saying nice things about me. I couldn't put his voice on because Australian accents are distracting. But after that first game, I'm totally fine with a tie.
And I'd just like to thank you for your coming in today. Because I know you're a busy man. You've got a lot of things on your plate. But you've given me your time, and I really appreciate it, my dear friend.
His name on Twitch is FM John Curtis Chess. He's got lots of knowledge, and you can just feel the passion when he's talking about chess.